All right, guys, big news about the Xtool D7 scan tool. I was notified recently that they sent out a big update that gave this tool a bunch more features and functions. I had been emailing my contact at Xtool back and forth a few times, and I had a few questions, and they supplied a few answers, and I put it all together on one page. I'm going to put it up here for you guys to see it. So the question was, what has changed on the D7, and how is it now comparable to the D8? And their answer was, the only difference of special function between D7 and D8 is that the D8 has the functions of ECU coding and ECU configuration. The D7 does not. The D7 also comes with vehicle-specific functions such as fuel trim reset, fuel injector balance, evap service bay tests, reset transmission adaptation, etc., which were previously only available on the D8. The live data has also been updated, and it's possible to now graph 8 data streams at the same time. The next question was, when was the new D7 update software available to the public for download? And they said it was the last week of June. The new version number is v4.27.4. Now, this part is important here because I had a problem with this, and I'm going to explain that in a few minutes. They say, generally the update will prompt after connecting to the internet and restarting the app. If the update prompt still does not pop up after waiting for about 3 minutes, please reset the device to factory mode, and the device will re-pull the software package. I ended up having to do that, and I'll show you how to do it if you're having problems with your D7. The next question is this new software also available for the A30M, or did that software stay the same? And their answer was, this new software is only added to the D7. The A30M will be adding the vehicle compatibility of functions next week. Now keep in mind, guys, this is translated from Chinese, so if it doesn't sound exactly correct, it's because it's been translated. So whatever that means, the A30M will be adding vehicle compatibility of functions next week. We'll find out. The next question is, did the D8 software change at all, or was it only the D7 that was upgraded? They say the D8 released a new version v4.27.9 to optimize the live data, but did not add more functions. It is expected that ADAS functions will be added in the next version. We don't know when that is, but that's nice to know that it could be coming. Was it only the D7 that received new features and functions, or did any other scan tool models also get new upgrades? They said at present, only the D7 has been upgraded. Now, as you can see, this information was correct as of 7/8/2022. So if you're watching this video in the future and things are totally different, things can change. But as of right now, this is the situation. And now, to show you, on this particular truck, every make and model is going to have different special functions and different actuation tests and different, bidirectional controls. But I did my original review of this scan tool in this truck, and now I'm going to show you the difference that this scan tool has in this truck. And for more examples, you could go back and watch and I'll put links down below in the video description. You could go back and watch my D7 versus D8 comparison. And I also did what I called a viewer question video about the passenger presence system reset on this particular truck. I made a video specifically about that feature and how it had to be done with the D8. Now, let's get into this truck here, and I'll show you what has changed, at least in this vehicle. So we'll go to the auto VIN, auto scan. It'll connect to the truck here. And actually, some of this seems quicker, too, as far as going from menu to menu to menu. It seems like they've sped that up also. Okay. 4-wheel drive, yes. 4-button selectable. Dual zone manual. Up-level radio. Under 8600. Rear drum brake. That's my truck. Now, instead of auto diagnose, that's auto scan. You guys probably already know that. We'll go to system diagnose. And for this example today, we're going to go to powertrain. And so right here, these special functions never used to be here. So if you click on special functions, we have fuel trim reset, we have service bay tests, we have fuel composition reset. That was never here before. Craig and one of the other guys, I think his name was Peter, in the comment section was asking, does the D7 now have crankshaft relearn? Yep, there it is right there, crankshaft position variation relearn. None of this stuff was on the D7 previous to this. And another example, let's go over to passenger presence system. I did a video specifically about this with the D8. And there was a viewer that had to buy a D8 just to do this to his truck. And, 6 months ago, this wasn't available. It wasn't available a week ago on the D7, but it is now. We'll go to special functions, and there it is. RE0 passenger presence system. Brand new to the D7. So, when I say this turns the D7 into a D8 almost, well, keep in mind, like that list of questions and answers that I showed you, the D8 still has some ECU coding and configuration ability on a few makes and models. It's some Fords and some Mazdas, I believe. But in my experience, that's been pretty limited. So for an overall scan tool, this D7 pretty much, in my mind, jumped up to a D8. The only difference in physical hardware is the D7 still has a smaller battery and a smaller screen. So if you've got a D8 and you're thinking, man, how come they upgraded the D7 and they haven't upgraded the D8 yet? Well, the D8 supposedly is getting the ADAS features in the next update, or in the future, don't know exactly when, and you do have a bigger screen and a bigger battery. In one of my past videos where I showed that the D7 did not have special functions, you can go back on one of my videos and it'll show you that was never there. One of my viewers said, oh no, I found the special functions. They're right here on the main screen. Well, it's a terminology problem. The special functions in the diagnosis menu structure is not the same special functions as found out here. All of these special functions that pop up here can also be found in the diagnosis. The difference is when you're in diagnosis and you go to special functions, you're literally looking at special functions for the vehicle you're plugged into. Okay, when you go to special functions here, they list all these different functions, regardless if the vehicle that you're plugged into is capable of doing any of these or not. Like I've said before, this truck doesn't have a battery management system. This truck doesn't have a DPS filter. This truck doesn't have electric parking brake. They put all that stuff on here as a shortcut to vehicles that... They also mentioned that they updated the live data. Evidently the D8 and the D7 got a live data update or upgrade. So let's just look at some live data ones. I'm sitting in the truck. The engine is turned off, but the key is on. We'll see how the live data looks now compared to last time. Well, the live data looks the same to me, but they did say that you can now stream up to 8 data PIDs at once. Let's just see, there's the graphing, and you can zoom in and zoom out. You can go to full screen. But, yeah. So the live data is very similar to what it was before. They've just optimized it. Okay, and lastly, I almost forgot. I told you I would show you how to reset this thing to factory mode and force the update download. You guys may have this same problem, I don't know. But I got a notification on my scan tool when I turned it on. I haven't used this one in a while. And I got a notification on my scan tool when I turned it on saying that there was a new software version. Well, okay, I'll take that because that's what I was looking for. So downloaded this new software version, and then I went into updates, and there was 132 updates, and I downloaded all of those, and I brought it out to this truck to give it a try, and nothing had changed. It was the same old D7. So I went back, and I remembered the discussion I had with my contact at Xtool about resetting it to factory mode and forcing it to pull down the new software. You don't reset it here in the scan tool. You go basically into, we'll hit the home button here. You go down, close all this out, and over here there's a gear symbol, and that's settings for the tool itself. You scroll down here to back up and reset, and you click that, I clicked the wrong one. Then right here it says factory data reset. Click that, and it resets the thing, and then it reboot. You might have to, I can't remember if you have to reboot it by yourself or if it automatically reboots. And then it goes, it's just like it was the day you bought the thing brand new. You have to put your email address back in it to activate it, and you have to put in your Wi-Fi passcode, and then the tablet goes onto the internet, and it goes and downloads the new version of the software. And how you can tell if it has the new version of the software, we'll go back to the home here, and we got to go into the diagnose software. So it pulls this back up. So from this screen here, if you go into this settings, and you go down here to About, right here it shows the app version, V4.27.4. That's the new version. That's the one with all the new updates. Anything other than that, anything under that number is going to be old software and old app versions. So if it doesn't say that, you don't have the new one. And in order to force the new one, like I said, go to the home screen, go to this gear symbol down here, scroll down to this backup and reset, click that, and then right here, factory data reset. And once you do that, when it reboots, it'll pull down the new software package. But that's about it, guys. I just wanted to put this information out there. The D7 right now just got a whole lot better. And we'll see what the update for the A30M brings next week. But that's all I've got for now. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.